welcome to the Football Fan Show. Back once again with the ill behaviour. I'm Danny Harrington. Callum Brown is my guest. Hello, we are here. We are live. You can join in the conversation if you want by being in the chat or something like that. Or I don't list the phone number anymore because if you call in and then say something like the N word, we get cancelled. So I can't have that. I can't risk that. We're not a fully run radio station where I've got a button that can drop a call or something like that. So we can't do that. Would have been a nice idea, though. Welcome. You can, of course, email, and the contact details are down there. So you can call us. Sorry, you can't call us. Well, you know what? We'll put the phone number up, but you can't call. You can leave a voicemail message calling me a gingerhead bastard if you like. No, don't. To be honest, I don't care. I honestly, I don't care. Breaking news, though, as we start, that we're actually already both aware of. Mark Gay, transfer news. Liverpool have made a late offer for Crystal Palace captain, with Joe Gomez also part of the discussion. Crystal Palace now considering an offer. However, they do not want to let Mark Gay go until they have a replacement. Liverpool's Joe Gomez is understood to have become part of the discussion between the clubs. Gay has entered the final year of his Palace contract as well. Callum just so happens to be a Liverpool fan. So, Callum, what do you make of that?
Well, I definitely know from what I've seen earlier that we've already told them that no, Joe Gomez isn't going anywhere. We've offered them a flat 35 million amount. I think we've tried to put it in with as I mentioned to you before, we tried to put in with a 10% sell-on clause. They want an extra 5 million add-ons.
Yeah, they want 40 million basically.
So, basically, yeah. So it's a little bit of last-minute negotiating. I don't see any problem with us going, yeah, you know what, fine, okay, we'll do that and we'll get that sorted. I think we'll box off pretty quick. Hopefully, anyway. Yeah, and then once we had that box off, I'm just sort of got my eyes glued to for Isak, yeah, basically.
Yes, there's news on that front a little later as well, so we'll cover that in transfer rumours because we are approaching the end of the transfer window as well. But yes, it is a brand new season. By the way, we've been back for this is our second show back, and next weekend we're having a break because there's some international thing going on. Some team called England that everyone's obsessed with the flag. You know what? People love England, the England football team, so much they're painting it on roundabouts. Don't think that's about the football. Although that would have been pretty cool during the World Cup. It's not about that, though. Let's avoid politics and talk about other things, like today's results from the Premier League. And we're going to start with one of the most controversial games, and I still haven't seen this moment. It's Chelsea 2, Fulham 0. So Fulham were denied a goal early on, and I'm just going to quickly, if I can, watch the highlights to see what they meant in terms of the controversial moment, because I'm just watching Fulham.
It's horrendous.
Just score. No, hang on. Let's skip to the goal. Where is the goal? I just got to skip forward. What time was it? There it is. Hang on. Let's have a look. Right. Okay, so they're passing it around the middle. Hang on. I think I've missed it. Just the moment, the foul. Hang on. So
exactly. The foul. Yeah.
The foul. Right. So it's a good ball passed. I mean, they come together. It's a they just clash each other. That's not a foul. That's not a foul at all.
Referee gives us foul. Yeah.
So that's what cost them. That was a really good goal, by the way.
Goal.
Really good goal.
And they disallow it because the referee thinks there's a foul there.
That's not a foul. The genuine. Hang on. They've gone for a close-up there. Hang on. Let's have a.
He must think.
He steps on his boot. Yeah. Okay. He steps on his boot, so that's why the referees.
That's not a foul. That's not intentional. That's not a foul.
No, but the way the law is worded.
He's not even looking.
That's true.
No, sorry, that's not a foul.
But the way the law.
He's not even looking.
I can understand why the referee didn't give it. But I think I think that's harsh. It's harsh.
You've had a mayor here. You've had an absolute mayor. No one in the country other than you.
No, I don't.
Chelsea fans think that was genuinely a foul. It's not.
Oh no, it's not a foul. It's just, if you look at the letter of the law, then
What's
that's
go
because
on,
he's stuck.
what's the actual West?
I mean,
What law? What law?
he's stood on his foot, which is a foul by the rules. You're not allowed to stamp on people's foot. He hasn't done it deliberately. It's a complete accident, and there should be some leniency for the referee to go.
No.
This is
No,
where the
this-
referee
no,
should
no,
interpret the law
not a foul.
themselves, and that's where the referee should have interpreted it to go, it's an accident, it's a goal. I think that's incredibly harsh on Fulham. That is incredibly harsh.
Well, isn't it both sort of funny and also extremely stupid that once again, like every other week of the past, since VAR and has come into effect, that once again referees are showing how incompetent they are. Every week it's still a shit decision.
Welcome again to Referee Talk. It's another season. We need a theme for this. We both
It keeps
agree that
happening. It gives us something to talk about. 'Cause
It
every
does.
time I do one of these with you, we always rant about referees.
we end up ranting about referees. We do, yeah. It's interesting.
It's horrendous.
It is indeed. But it's atrocious. But it happens, unfortunately, and whilst it is harsh on Fulham, I think, if you look at the wording of the law, which I don't have to hand, I think it's harsh.
So, okay, right. So you're saying, right? This is.
I
not
think
me
the
sort of
referee's in a no-win
direct-
situation.
This is not me directing anything at you here.
No.
because,
You,
we're friends,
hey,
right?
it's a free
But
space. You
saying to
say
me-
it. Say it.
You saying to me, oh, I don't have the wording of the law in front of me, but it's the wording of the law. Well, how are you remembering?
Great.
What's the exact wording then? You do it. Don't do it. Don't do what I think you're gonna do.
Oh, what the whole Trump? Well, it's fake news. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No. Well, obviously the Fulham manager's pissed off by it.
Of course.
The referee was asked after the game, and what law quotes? I need to have a look at the. I can understand why it's given because you're not meant to stamp on people's feet. Basically, that's why it's been given.
But
he doesn't do it
right,
deliberately,
okay.
but that is why it was.
But surely, in the context of foot stamp, you sort of receiving the ball, dribbling past the player, not even looking where they are, right? Look at the player, look at his feet, accidentally putting your foot on his. It's got to be if for a foot stamp it has to be delivered. Surely,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's intentional.
I think context is key.
In the process of receiving a ball or passing a ball on your foot, you're not even looking at anything else other than concentrating on where you're passing the ball to, or where you're dribbling a ball or receiving a pass. You're not even looking at them, and yet your foot accidentally goes down someone else's, and they obviously go down screaming their heads off like the pansies they are.
Under the
that
Premier
can't be a foul.
Under the Premier League rulebook, that would be classed as that foot maneuver would be classed as a careless challenge. A careless challenge.
As a what challenge?
A careless challenge.
Careless.
Because it is, and this is to the rule book, a lack of attention or consideration when making a challenge or acts without precautions. So he's stamped on his foot without no, he wasn't. But because the rules say that he should be considerate of the other player as well as...
No.
This is just what the rules... So he showed a lack of attention or consideration when making a challenge or acts without precaution. Now, you don't have to class that as a challenge. It wasn't. He was turning around. We both clearly know he was turning around and was putting his foot on the ground for stability, as one does.
Exactly.
But because he stood on his foot, it is classed as a foul.
Okay, so this is...
So I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm trying to play the Premier League side here. Not that I agree with it. I don't. I don't agree with it.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
It's called balance. It's called balance.
No, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't. Who is going to get offended by us rightfully, giving the correct opinion, which was that it wasn't a foul? Just because
it wasn't a foul.
Does not mean,
it wasn't. Oh God, no.
Against it.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm
Right?
not siding with the Premier League here at all. It's not a foul.
Yeah.
It should have scored. Like the goal should count. The goal should count.
Once once again, what this does is obviously you brought up the ruling of it
Yeah,
counts as a according to the rule book made up by these referees and the PGMOL that it's
and
accident,
IFAB.
counts as a careless challenge, right? But what it again brings to conversation, and I speak to my dad about this, and I speak to other mates and my dad's mates, is that they should have football people in uh, in VAR, football people making the rules because they know how it
Well, don't
works.
they have
You get these nobodies.
Do they not have
Sorry, no, you
a
get these
match
nobodies.
advisor? Do they not have an ex-player or an advisor? I thought they did.
Not that I'm aware of.
Maybe
Who?
I'm getting it confused with the steward's office in Formula One, where they have an ex-driver on the stewarding panel.
Oh yeah. Formula One, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, but clearly, yeah, no, I. So yeah, once again, the reason it's classed as a careless challenge, where it is deemed to be one with a lack of attention or consideration when making a challenge or acts without precaution. So the frustration with VAR is that it hasn't really implemented the rule as intended. So when the rule is written black and white, the black and white of it is that's a foul. But as we know, the world isn't black and white; it's full of grey, and there's a massive grey area of he was just putting his foot down for stability. He wasn't trying to foul the player.
I don't even think he was aware that someone was right next to him.
He wasn't, and it should have just been. They should have just ruled the goal. And I think the more that referees watch these clips, because when you're standing there watching the big screen and you're watching it, it looks worse in slow motion than it does in real time. Because you're going to watch it on slow motion again and again and again. Everything does. Yeah.
Everything looks worse in slow motion.
Yeah, exactly. So I sympathize. I can't believe I'm saying this. I sympathize with the referee. I disagree with his decision.
Right. The reason why I don't sympathise with the referees is because we've got a proven track record. So you're saying I can imagine I can see where you're coming from. Or you sympathise with them because he's gone by the rule book, and they'll sit when they review this, they'll sit round and they'll go right. Well, we learn from our mistakes. But the reason why I don't sympathise is that they don't learn from the mistakes.
Yeah,
they continue to make bad decision after bad decision, week on week, month on month, year on year, and they will be sitting around our table going, "Yeah, good decision, yeah." I seem, remember the worst one I can think of is when Liverpool played Tottenham and Luis Diaz had a perfectly good goal, ruled out for offside, and all the dickheads sitting there going, "Yeah, good decision, yeah," and nothing happened because of it. And so this thing of like, oh, they're interviewing referees after it and they're asking for the reasoning, they'll say whatever they like, nothing will change because the same referees will keep on playing, will be refereeing matches, and nothing will change until they get sacked. I'm sorry, that's where it's going to hurt them. There's no punishment for them.
That has always been our opinion, but I just think in this, I'm trying to be fairer to referees this season, and I think
no.
Just in this scenario, there is a no. It is a no-win situation. Maybe you should have got injury lawyers for you. No win, no fee. But it was just, it's a no-win situation. So I'm not. I don't know. Is my answer.
Well, I'm sorry, but as a referee, you're not there to win. It's not about win. It's you're there to do your damn job. You're not the main character. No one should even be talking about the referee. The reason why referees get such a bad slack because they're not very good.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can sympathise and go, yeah, they're human, they make mistakes, but when they're deliberately incompetent and everyone's looking at that going, yeah, that's just a really bad decision, and yet referees not got it wrong, and the VAR who are there to correct obviously bad mistakes are going, yeah, no, it's all right, because they're all mates, they all know each other, and they're all backing each other. That's been proven by a former Premier League referee, Mike Dean. He said that on Sky Sports, remember?
Yes. So, Chelsea 2, Fulham 0. Tough one for Manchester United. Struggling to beat Burnley today. We watched that. If you watched the Saturday score with us, we were watching that one. That was our game of the day, presumably because I forgot the joke, which is if Manchester United fans are watching, cheap holidays available on a Lincolnshire coast. You know what? This time of year, Grimsby, you just can't beat them. But I guess who does beat Grimsby? Bristol Rovers. They won 1-0. Sir Stretch says VAR has fucked the game. I'm not surprised. I think Callum agrees with you there. It was a bad decision. Apologies for the Manchester United joke. I've heard it all week, and presumably Manchester United fans have heard it all week. I'm a Swindon Town fan. We beat Grimsby Town 4-0 last season, so I can't judge.
That's
anyway.
your claim to fame.
It quite literally is nowadays. But Manchester United did get a late penalty winner against Burnley, and that was scored by Bruno Fernandes on the 97th minute. But then they played like 105 minutes or something like that. There were 3 games that were absolutely fucking ridiculous today in terms of the amount of added on time. That was one of them. The other one was Ipswich and Derby. They played 110 minutes or 111 minutes. And then Wrexham and Millwall played like 115 minutes. It was atrocious.
15 minutes added on.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. They got to about 110, I think.
No, I'm gone. 110 would mean just 20 minutes added on.
Ah.
No way, you have 20 minutes added on. I mean 105, 100 minutes, 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, great.
You fail your maths there, mate.
I am. I really am. I did not get a GCSE in mathematics. So, by saying, it's me, your mate, Tom. I was on your show last week, you bellend. Oh, sorry, no, he said you donut to me. So, yes, hi, Tom. You're right. He was in the hot seat last week. So, he's just watching at home, presumably. Seeing how 2 pros... No, I'm joking. Manchester United 3, Burnley 2. I did enjoy the Embuemo. Immediately from the kickoff, just went, fine, I'll just put Manchester United back in front. Burnley just equalised. I'll put them back in front. I did want Burnley to get a point there. I just thought
that would have been hilarious.
Unlucky. I still stand by my assertion that I think Amorim will be sacked at some point, or he'll resign. He won't last the season. He won't see it out. That's for sure.
I think the too cowardly to actually just sack him now. I think he'll absolutely just say, you know what, F this. I'm going to lounge on a beach in Portugal.
Well, to be fair, when he was,
but Ruben, please wait until we bat you. Please.
Yes,
let that be the game. Let that be the game, please.
I can imagine that, that meme of him sitting in the dugout. What was he doing? Like looking at tactical pictures or moving? I don't know what he was doing. Looks like he was like updating his Facebook profile. Yes, the one with Scatman John when he's DJing.
That was that.
It's peak.
That made me
slapped by the fish.
I was in peak internet.
Slapped by the fish.
I love that.
You've been slapped by the fish.
Yeah.
It's great. It's fantastic. Oh my goodness!
Did you see the name?
I thought it was him going through like a photo album. I thought it was him going through a photo album, going, "Oh, when I was in Portugal, we were so happy. Maybe I should go back there." Oh goodness. Yeah. Moving on. Sunderland 2, Brentford 1. Brentford are in real trouble this season. They allowed for offside early on. They missed a penalty. This is Brentford. Then they scored on the 77th minute. Igor Thiago with the goal on the 77th minute. And then Sunderland got a penalty on the 82nd minute. Lefay with the penalty. And then Isidore with the 96th minute winner for Sunderland. Meaning that Brentford, who are one of my favourites to get relegated because they've had a bad transfer window and lost their manager, I maintain Brentford are going down this season. I'm pretty sure on that.
I kind of feel bad for them because
Burnley and Brentford are definitely
the-
they're two that are going down for me. Sunderland and Leeds have a shot at survival.
yeah,
I can't decide whether Sunderland, Leeds, or Wolves. I can't decide on those three. Or
there's a couple
now
of there's a
West
couple
Ham.
of teams. There's a couple of teams down there. Yeah, West Ham, Wolves. They're kind of mixed in with the three that came up. Um, yeah, there's a couple of teams there. About 5 teams that just all look a bit crap at the minute.
Yeah, Brentford. Yeah, I mean, it only takes one bad transfer window, doesn't it? Ask any club like Stoke, Bolton, Blackburn, the list: West Bromwich Albion, Southampton, Leicester. it only takes one bad transfer window, and I think Sunderland have had
Thing
quite a good
is
one.
that I think they've been a bit hard done by because you're saying they had a bad transfer window and yeah, losing the manager, losing like Mbeumo and some of the players like that. But they bought in. The reason I've got a soft spot is that they bought Cleveland Gallagher from us in goal. Who's a really good goalkeeper.
Mm.
So I kind of feel so. I always keep an eye on them, and when I'm seeing them conceding goals, and I'm like, oh, really good for us. And they've also got Fabio Carvalho and Sepp Vandenberg as well. So they've got three of our former players. So I always keep an eye on where former Liverpool players and how
Yeah.
they're doing.
Well, if they're full of
So,
Liverpool players, then
but
they're definitely going down.
mate, you're sports Swindon. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, but we beat Grimsby 4-0 and they beat Manchester United on penalties, so we must be better than Manchester United, although that's not really saying much.
I did tell you that. Yeah, I did say
Bristol
that.
Rovers just beat Grimsby by a goal to nil, so that's not saying much, is it? To the more surprising result of the day, Tottenham 0, Bournemouth 1. Apparently, a fantastic goal, which I have not seen. I'm just about to watch the highlights because it was a relatively early goal for Bournemouth.
I've not seen it either.
So I'm just trying to load the highlights, and I've already
Yeah.
in the first 30 seconds of the clip, they've already scored. Hang on, here we go. Oh, that's a Tottenham effort across the goal. Bournemouth should do well this season. Here we go. Edge of the area. Oh, nice. Left-hand corner. So into the penalty area. Just outside the 6-yard box, and then bang. Into the top right corner. Left-footed, doink. Nice. Good goal.
Yeah,
Well
it was
worked.
Evan Nielsen, wasn't it?
Yeah. 1-0. 1-0 Bournemouth. Yeah, surprising result. I thought Tottenham would do much better than that, but
Very.
yeah. They
Well,
seem to be.
Tottenham have already proven this season that they're hard to beat.
Yeah,
they're
they've
good
shown that
team.
they're
You know what?
technically, then obviously they're not playing Ange ball anymore, and I think Thomas Frank is, to be honest, he'd do quite well at Manchester United. They need somebody who gets his team quite set up in a technical way. He's a technical coach, and he likes. So Tottenham have already shown that they can play very different styles depending on who the opponent. Look at the PSG game as an example, and then the victory over Man City. But today, obviously, getting it wrong, and to lose 1-0 at home to Bournemouth, a disappointing performance from Tottenham if you're a Spurs fan. Everton, though, is they've got another win today. 3-2 win.
I watched this match
against Wolves at Molineux. And
yeah, it was a great match.
Sorry, I just got a text, so sorry. Just reading that. I'll read it later. Yeah, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, Everton 3. Not dispelling the rumours that Wolves are one of the teams that I think will be just above or below in the relegation zone. It's a lottery. Whether I don't know. I just do not know who's getting that third spot. I know Brentford and Burnley are going down, but well, that's what I think is going to happen. But I cannot decide who gets that third relegation spot. Wolves are one of those teams that I think it could be. Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, Everton 3. Everton have got off to a really good start under David Moyes. It would be very good if a certain team from Manchester nicked him. But You know, I think they've been down that road before.
Hmm.
Beto Ndiaye and Dewsbury Hall with the goals for Everton, whilst Hechan and Rodrigo Gomez with the goals for Wolverhampton Wanderers. You know, Everton were 3-1 up in that match going into the 79th minute when Rodrigo Gomez got the second Wolves goal. But all in all, very good performance. And Jack Grealish as well with two assists on the first and third goal for Everton. So good move for him away from Manchester City. I mean, I think Pep and Arteta ruin English players as managers. I've expressed that opinion before. I think they ruin English players, and I think they, conspiracy theory, sign English players to ruin them with the express intent of ruining them.
Yeah.
Because they've ruined Grealish, they ruined Sterling. Who else? Who else have they ruined?
I think what
Joe Hart was ruined by Guardiola.
No, I think what happens is that they stifle the creativity. So Jack Grealish of Aston Villa was never going to be allowed to be that same player and play that same way at City.
That's why I was surprised
City,
he left
it's
Villa.
out the system.
He left them, obviously.
Well, he was too good at that point. He was too good for them.
But now, I'd say Villa are.
Now
I think he's gone to Everton, for goodness sake. Like, he should have just called up his agent and just gone, can I get a move back to Villa? I think that's where he should have gone to. But a good loan move, certainly. And Everton, they've pulled off a decent signing there.
Yeah, so.
And Moyes will give him license to do what he does, which Guardiola wouldn't. So, yeah.
Well, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
I think that's.
I was quite surprised. One thing I was quite surprised by was the amount. Just kind of hit me. Is the amount of English players that were in that Everton starting 11.
Yeah, I mean they've got.
I think it was 8. At one point, it was 8 out of 11 were English.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. Well, yeah, you got Pickford, Keane. Yeah, I think about 7 or 8. Yeah, and then you look
7,
at the
because Ndiaye's not English. Yeah,
7. Yeah, and then you look at the bench
Gay
as well.
And Mikolenko.
Yeah, decent. We need a team that's going to play English players for the national team. If you care about that, which we don't. International break next week. We're not here. Leeds United 0, Newcastle United 0 in a game that I could only be described as happened. It happened. That game happened.
I was going to say Snorefest, but yours is better. Yeah.
I was bigging this game up earlier on the Saturday Score stream. I was like bigging it up. Which one will be more united, Leeds or Newcastle? I was doing the proper David Mitchell, like, oh, look at the football, it's gonna move. I was doing that kind of vibe. It's like a battle between Leeds and Newcastle to see which is more united. Turns out neither of them. They were both fucking shit.
Well, no wonder it went like that. Boring as hell because you've done that. Just typical that.
Watch it. Watch the football. Watch it. It's gonna move. Not into a Leeds or Newcastle goal.
The thing is, it kind of had a 0-0 written all over it before it, because
it really did.
When you sit there and look at them, but when you look at them, you go, yeah, these two are going to go at each other. They're not going to sit back. It's going to be end to end. But then when you look at it and go, well, Leeds are not very good in general, and Newcastle are missing a bunch of players, and they haven't really got a proper striker. Had 0-0 written all over it.
But we have our favourite manager, one of our favourite managers back in the Premier League, in Daniel Farke. So the softly spoken.
Like, I love his voice.
Daniel Farke.
I love his voice.
Okay.
I told you before.
All right. Okay. And Newcastle's new.
He's probably a very nice man.
Yeah, I imagine the way he speaks. You can't imagine him ever swearing in front of his players. I can't imagine it. The way he speaks.
Oh, no. He probably speaks to his players the same way he speaks to his parents.
Is that what we're speculating?
Yeah.
Newcastle's new signing was also there.
You can't imagine him shouting.
Yeah, no, you can't. Paris Saint-Germain are 4-0 up against Toulouse, if you wanted to know. That Ousmane Dembele just scored a penalty. I know, right? The French league, the Farmer League. Their new signing was also there in the stands watching the match, and that is a surname that I'm going to have to learn how to say unless he ends up turning out like Rasmus Højlund and never scoring. Is it Walter Maid? Their new record, Walter Made, their new record signing, but he's not obviously didn't play in that match. Right, let's quickly run through the other scores before we talk about what's in the footballing headlines this week. Championship at the Riverside, motherfuckers. Middlesbrough 1, Sheffield United 0. Queen's Park Rangers 3, Charlton Athletic 1 in a London derby. It's nice to see QPR bounce back following that 7-1 drubbing to Frank Lampard's Coventry. Super goals, we love it. There's a deep cut reference for Frank Lampard fans. Stoke City 0, West Bromwich Albion 1. So our old neck of the woods losing to West Brom, unfortunately. Blackburn Rovers 0, Norwich City 2, Bristol City 4, Hull City 2, Ipswich Town 2, Derby County 2, Millwall 0, Wrexham 2. Right, so Ipswich Town, Derby County, they played to the 109th minute of that match. They added nearly 20 minutes onto that bloody match. Even though originally it was meant to be 5, they played about 19 additional minutes. And then Millwall Wrexham went to the 110th minute. So they played an additional 20 minutes. I don't know what the bloody delay was there, but they played, and then James McLean scored for Wrexham their second goal on the 108th minute of the match. And they carried on playing after that to the 111th or 112th minute. So they added on 22 minutes. It's ridiculous.
They must have in the actual just normal 90 minutes. They must have only played about 5 minutes of football. There must have been that many delays.
Yeah.
That's where they come up with that.
I have no idea, but it's Wrexham's first win in the second tier for 43 years. So there we go. Wrexham finally getting a win in the Championship this season. I hope they get relegated.
I hope they get relegated, yeah.
It would be funny if they did. Oxford United 2, Coventry City 2. What else happened? Portsmouth 1, Preston North End 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Swansea City 2. That's a shame. Watford 2, Southampton 2. In League 1, Cardiff City 4, Plymouth Argyle 0. Green Army to Plymouth. Gotta quote that old Aviva advert. Doncaster Rovers 1, Rotherham United 0. Barnsley 3, Huddersfield Town 1. All 4 of those Yorkshire clubs are in the playoffs. So if the playoffs aren't sponsored by Yorkshire Tea or Tetley this year, right now they should be. They should be. Blackpool 1, Bolton 1, Bradford City 3, Wimbledon 2. That game is worth watching the highlight reel of. Burton Albion 0, Luton Town 3, Exeter 3, Peterborough United 0. Peterborough United having a shockingly bad start to the season. Leyton Orient 0, Northampton 1, Reading 1, Port Vale 0, Stevenage 1, Wickham 0, Wigan 1, Stockport 1, Lincoln City 1, Mansfield 1. To League 2 then. Barrow 0, Fleetwood Town 1. So you don't have to find the nearest Fleetwood Town fan in your life and tell them lies, tell them sweet little lies, because they won. It's a music joke. It's a Fleetwood Mac reference. Come on, people. Come on, people get the music references. I'm a music DJ. Come on. Okay. Well, enough of that. Crew Alexandra 0. Crew Alexandra 0. Swindon Town 3. Come on, you Reds, get in there. Barnet 1, Colchester United 1. Bromley 2, Harrogate Town 0. Cambridge United 2, Newport County 0. Chesterfield 2, Crawley Town 2. Grimsby Town 0. Bristol Rovers 1. There you go, Manchester United fans. Should have just played like Bristol Rovers did today. If Brizzy Rovers can beat Grimsby, then, you know. Reese, hi. Hi, Reese on YouTube. Hello, how are you? Where did we get to? MK Dons 0, Walsall 1, Oldham 0, Gillingham 1, Shrewsbury 0, Accrington 0, Tranmere 1, Notts County 2, National League very quickly, Solihull Moors 1, Southend United 2, Braintree 0, Forest Green Rovers 0, Eastleigh 2, Altrincham 1, Gateshead 3, Aldershot 3, Halifax Town 3, Yeovil Town 2. Yeovil sacking their manager this week. Hartlepool United 0, Boreham Wood 0, Morecambe 0, Woking 2. Second game back in the league for Morecambe following that suspension back in the National League. Good to see, although not the result that they would have wanted from their second game, but they did win their first game back. Sutton United 2, Carlisle United 1. Now, here's a question for you, Callum. Who's the Carlisle United manager? He will be a name familiar to you from the good old days. From the good old days.
No, is it his name escapes me. You told me you interviewed him.
No. I've never interviewed this person.
No.
But they are a classic. They're an old Premier League manager.
Oh, is it is our pal Mick?
No, it's not Mick. It's not Mick McCarthy. No. It can't go on like this. It can. It can. No, it's not that. It's not Mick McCarthy. It's not.
Oh, I don't know. Who?
Well, this person managed Rubinho, of all people. Roque Santa Cruz. Craig Bellamy.
Oh, don't tell me it's bloody Mark Hughes or something.
It is. It's Mark Hughes. He's Carlisle United manager. How the mighty have fallen. He was Bradford City boss 2 years ago. He got relegated with Carlisle United, and now he's in the National League. From the Premier League to the National League. It could be worse. You could be Phil Brown, who was managing Kidderminster Harriers in the National League North, like last season or 2 seasons ago, whenever it was. That guy's career really did fall off the fucking earth. Reese, glad you're good. Where did we get to? Truro City 3, Boston United 0, Wealdstone 1, Rochdale 3, and Brackley 1, Scunthorpe 1. So that is the scores. I mean, I'll do the Scottish Premiership quickly. Livingston 1, Heart of Midlothian 2, and Motherwell, she's fine, thanks. Motherwell 2, Kilmarnock 2. Sorry, can't resist that shitty joke. I really can't. Right. What are we talking about today? Shall we get started with before we get to the Champions League draw, so we'll save that for the end. Jose Mourinho has been sacked as manager of Fenerbahce. He'd been in charge for, I think, like 2 years there, and well, basically, he always said that he missed England, hated the refereeing decisions, to a point where Galatasaray South Parked him and made a kind of South Park clip of him taking the absolute piss out of him. And if you've never seen it, just like Google Galatasaray Jose Mourinho video. It's one of the funniest things. It was great. So he was sacked after failing to qualify for the Champions League. Fenerbahce confirmed the news Friday morning, and they were beaten by 1-0 by Benfica, who would love the fact that they knocked out Porto legend Jose Mourinho. So, yeah, Wednesday night they knocked him out. So, I mean, do we see... here's the weird bit, right? He's being linked with Rangers. Do we see Jose Mourinho landing at Rangers? Considering that they lost... they got spanked by Bruges in the Champions League, and they've got Celtic tomorrow.
If Jose Mourinho got the Rangers job, I could imagine that during any Old Firm matches, there would literally be like blood running down the pitches.
Could you imagine
stabbings in the crowd?
Jesus.
because it's bad enough between them two clubs. Add bloody Mourinho into it, the wind-up merchant that he is. I don't even want to imagine. I wouldn't want to be up there. Jesus.
Who was it?
Or civil war.
Who was it that in Turkey that I think it was Graham Souness. He gets the flag of Galatasaray and plants it in the middle of I think it must have been against Fenerbahce. He plants a flag in the middle of the pitch or something. I'm sure it was Graham Souness.
One thing I'm curious about though is that if Jose is complaining about referees in Turkey, the last place he should be going is the UK.
Well, it's Scotland, isn't it? So I don't know. Yeah, it was Graham Souness planted a Galatasaray flag in the middle of Fenerbahce's pitch. That was it.
Banter.
Yeah, that was back in 1996 after a Turkish Cup victory. It was at the National Stadium, actually, in Turkey. So, yes, that's the kind of shithousery Turkish football is used to. So, actually, quite an apropos place for Jose Mourinho to be.
Fits him well, right?
Unfortunately, the results don't lie. And, yeah. So, Jose Mourinho's managerial career, Benfica in 2000, another Portuguese team called Liria from 2001 to 2002, then Porto, then Chelsea when we were all introduced to the I Think I'm a Special One, Inter.
Yeah.
I don't know why he doesn't. Well, he did go back to Italian football, didn't he? Because he spent 3 years at the Italian Tottenham, aka Roma. Real Madrid, so Inter, Real Madrid, Chelsea, Manchester United, we all remember that time. Tottenham, where they sacked him before the League Cup final, which was harsh.
Yeah.
Roma, I'm not saying his Tottenham sacking was harsh. I just like the timing of it was harsh. At least let him have the fucking League Cup final. But then again, Tottenham sacked Ange after winning a European trophy. So there we go. Roma and then Fenerbahce, which he's been at only since 2024. So he's lasted like a year and a bit. A season and a bit for Fenerbahce. So where do we... So if not Rangers... just going to Google...
If not Rangers, where?
All the managerial vacancies available. Stockbridge Park...
soon to be available.
Well, here we go. So... Well, MK Dons are looking for a women's first team goalkeeping coach. He could go there.
Let's be realistic. He's not going championship or lower.
Liverpool are looking for a children's health coordinator. So he could go to Liverpool, children's health coordinator. That's what they're looking for. Because let's face it, he's not going to be a manager. He could be a real estate project manager in the United Soccer League in the USA if he wanted to go do that.
I think he'd do a good job at one of the MLS teams.
Really?
Why not?
I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's treat it seriously now.
Because
West Ham.
Let's take it seriously. Okay.
West Ham.
I'd definitely consider. West Ham feels like the only team down there in terms of Premier League that like a clue. You'd think they're more likely to sack their manager than not. All the teams are pretty settled, or have just got new managers in. Trying to think who else. I mean, who else could you see in the Premier League getting sacked other than Graham Potter?
Amorim, but he ain't gonna go there.
No, because as you've already said.
I mean, if he wants to do what he said, then there is another job in Turkey. You could go to Besiktas, who have just sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So if he wanted to stay in Turkey, he could. He could go to Besiktas. Otherwise,
I don't think he'd do that though. He's not the kind of guy to do that.
If he wants to coach at a national level, at a national league level, shall I say, Yeovil Town are looking for a manager.
Who?
Yeovil Town in the National League. I said it was National League level. I didn't say which National League.
Oh,
But yeah,
God.
Jose could manage Yeovil. Could you imagine all those Somerset people putting up with Jose Mourinho? All right, Jose. All right, welcome to Yeovil. Welcome to Yeovil.
How
You're
can
going to
I?
get us in the
No, but I
Champions
can
League,
imagine
right?
trying to have a conversation with them. I can imagine I'm trying to have a conversation with like the dinner lady in the training ground, and him not understanding a word she says.
Yeah, Josie, we got a lot of good food for the players this season. So if you want to bring in any of your Portuguese boys, then we can do that, and we'll look after them. We will. Local taxi service as well. So don't worry about that. We'll get them around. We'll even take them down to Taunton, where the spire is in the cathedral. I believe the posh people call it Taunton. But yeah, I could imagine Jose Mourinho in Somerset. Here we go. Unsubstantiated rumor. We're starting it. Jose Mourinho to Yeovil Town confirmed. Put a bet on it. Okay, all right. I'll take full responsibility.
Not me.
The channel will take full responsibility. Jose Mourinho to Yeovil Town. It's happening. It's happening, people. Jose Mourinho is going to be the next manager of Yeovil Town. It sounds like a football manager save I've done, where I've deliberately put.
Don't listen to where this idiot says. This idiot is off his head.
Oh, goodness me. Let's have a since you mentioned it, the next manager that's favourite to leave is either Nuno at Forest because of everything that's gone down with between him and the owner, which is kind of settled-ish this week, although the Forest owner was talking after the Champions League draw, or one of the European draws that Olympiacos are in, and basically said, I still don't know what the fuck's going on. So, who is it? Is it Evangelos Marinakis or something like that? Yeah. That's the Forest owner, and he still doesn't know what's going on. But yeah, Nuno, to be honest, I could see Nuno going to Manchester United. He's exactly what they need. Clear out the crap. Admit that for the next 5 years, your destination is to finish 1 point above the relegation zone, sort out the stadium, the training ground, and that'll be it. And then just basically sign free agents. Don't spend any money on players. Bring back all the players you've let out on loan, apart from Anthony, for obvious reasons.
Talking of Anthony, do you see the 4D chess mind games that Real Betis are doing with Man United over that?
I have no idea. No, I haven't got to it yet.
So apparently, well, I don't know much about it. All I've seen was that apparently Real Betis were going to buy Anthony instead of loan them.
Yeah.
And then at the last minute or something, they've gone, oh, they've like put a statement out going, oh no, we something we're cancelling it, something like we can't afford to like pay his wage while this happens and stuff like that. Just I don't know, just take the piss out of Man United basically, because they're desperate to get rid of him.
Yeah.
And Betis like, well, we'll take him. No.
And
we'll take him. No.
Yeah. Then they just go, oh, and that's not a serious headline. That is not a serious. No. Hang on, I've got this headline, which they're attributing to the Manchester Evening News, says, no, that's not real. That is not real. Hang on.
What's that?
Oh no, it's gone now. It was like Amorim. Oh yeah, no. Hang on, there it is. I've got to find it. Where is it? From the Daily and Sunday Express. Manchester United told to replace Ruben Amorim with Sean Dyche.
No way.
No. Hang on, I've got to Google this to make sure this is a real article. It's being attributed. But I need to make sure because
fake.
Yeah,
that's fake news.
Hey, he said it.
Yeah, exactly. I'll let you have that one.
No, wait. Oh no, it's real. 23 hours ago, Daily Express: Manchester United told to replace Ruben Amorim with Sean Dyche. Sports Bible as
Why?
well. Sean Dyche tipped to replace Ruben Amorim at Manchester United. Yeah.
Hey, to be fair,
Yeah,
you know
delighted
what?
to be the
As much as
new
that'll never
Manchester
happen.
United manager. Yeah, Dyche.
Remember on the on the overlap when they
Yes.
had Dyche on, and this was like maybe a month or two, or a couple of months after Amorim got the Man United job, and he's been asked about it, and he's saying, he got to say like dream job, if he in his career, and he always said, and he's like, yeah, Man United, because of the scale of the club, and he said if he went there, he'd get more, he'd definitely get more wins than playing 4-4-2 is his style. He'd get more wins than Amorim. So he'd take it. If you asked him, he'd take it.
Yeah. I mean, he's out of work.
But
Of course he's going to fucking take it. But what are they paying Ruben Amorim? $100,000 a week or something like that. So, yeah, they're paying it. They'll save money on manager per week, I guess. I say they save money, but they've got to spend it.
Sean Dyche will do it for what?
He'll do it for a quid.
A $5 and a sausage roll.
Yeah, $5 and a sausage roll. Make sure it's Greg's.
Yeah.
And you better paint those bloody roundabouts by Manchester United with the St. George's flag. I love the Dyche's Brexit ball meme. That's my favourite. Yeah, apparently I didn't even realise that was a headline. Sean Dyche to Manchester United. Forget Jose Mourinho to Yeovil. Sean Dyche to Manchester United. No, I don't think that's going to happen somehow.
No.
I think Nuno would be a better choice. But let's wait until Amorim's gone, which at some point he will be. He'll leave that club at some point this season. But yeah, Jose Mourinho, where do you see him working again in football, or do you think the game's past him now? Has the game gone from Jose?
I think in terms of high level kind of modern football, I think it's gone past them in terms of like, everything changed after everyone kind of trying to emulate Pep, and then Klopp and that kind of style. I mean, Jose Mourinho worked best in the Premier League, sort of mid 2000s, where win the title based solely on defense. Not to say that he's sort of obsolete. He could probably do a job somewhere. I just don't think it's a sort of a top league anymore. So I thought Turkey, or maybe a team in Portugal, maybe maybe even sort of a lower sort of team in Spain, maybe.
Well, Besiktas is available if he wants to go there.
But he's never done that, he's never sort of been sacked by one club and then gone to another club of sort of equal level in the same country, has he? Not really. I mean, you could say, Man United to Spurs, maybe. Or no? Did he?
Yeah, that wasn't straight away though.
United to Spurs. Well,
that wasn't straight away. That wasn't straight after, because he went to Rome.
Or was it Roma first?
Yeah, I'm sure it was Roma first and then Tottenham. Or maybe it was.
Right, yeah. So he's never done it where he's gone straight. Didn't you say he started at Benfica and then went to Porto?
There was a second tier club in between.
All right, okay.
So
I mean, I'm only going off history.
Oh no, you're right. He did go from Manchester United to Tottenham. He spent a year out of the game though. He spent 2 seasons in charge of United and then gone in 2018 and then joined Tottenham in 2019.
He got sacked in it was like 2018 or something, because I remember he got sacked after we beat United at Anfield 2-1 or 3-1. Because I remember it was was it 3 or 2? Because I remember Shaqiri scored 2 goals for us, and that was the match that got him sacked. But then I couldn't remember exactly. Like, did he take a break then and then go to Spurs? Did he, like, a year or two later? So it's honestly up to him. I mean, you know what's funny, right? Is that Jose Mourinho is a bit like Marmite. You love or you hate him. So, like, when he was managing the Premier League, sort of in terms of like his first spells at Chelsea, second spell at Chelsea especially, and even at Man United, like, I couldn't stand him, like, because he was just one horrible guy to play against. Like, for me, when 2013-14, when he was Chelsea manager and Chelsea beat us 2-0 at Anfield, and that basically, and you know the Gerrard Swift match.
Yes, gave it to Demba Ba.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Torres was Torres still there then?
I don't think so.
Scored
No.
the second goal. No, I'm sure it was. But then they scored like 2-0 late on after we like sort of like battered the whole match after we went 1-0 up. We couldn't score at all, and then they scored from our corner, and then Mourinho bloody ran down touchline.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Swinging his arms about.
Yeah,
I thought, you utter prick.
Yeah, when he was doing like that.
Yeah.
In his long trench coat.
He was just
yeah.
Like in interviews, in interviews he was just blaming referees, blaming this and that. You know, he was blaming referees before it was cool to blame referees. And he was just a nasty piece of work, and I hated him.
And that's why you know he's a special one.
Yeah, but you know what? For a while now, past couple of years, since like even like the Tottenham job and Roma job, he's just a character, because you know what?
You just kind of get him in for banter.
When I grew up a bit, and you seen him outside of football, and you seen him with like the soccer aid stuff, he's actually a really nice guy.
Yeah,
he's actually a really nice guy. Like, he's people talking to him and that, and he was up for a laugh. And he's just a character. Like, no one else is like Mourinho. No one else is like Mourinho. And you'll never get another Mourinho. He's a special kind of personality.
He's a special one.
There's always, there's always some kind of drama with him, and he's just funny. Like, even now, like, even watching his interview with like Fenerbahce and that, and he just says what he wants. He doesn't care, and he's just funny. So, you know, he's never been my favourite manager. I don't know whether he can still do it at the top level. It's up to him at the end of the day. I mean, well, I assume there'll be a club somewhere that'll offer him.
Yeovil Town.
What?
Yeovil. National League. The Enterprise National League, Jose.
No.
Don't call it the Vanarama National League. It's not called that anymore.
Because then he'll have to, basically, it'll come to a where he'll have to pay the players himself. That's just his own money saved up in the bank.
Could you imagine Jose Mourinho in charge of Yeovil?
How are they going to pay him? He'll go for the interview, you know, in a shed, because you have an office. And he'll go, right, Jose, what can you bring to Yeovil Town? You know, and they'll go, right, his agents will be sitting with him, you know, an actual proper
Why the fuck are we here?
Yeovil Town's before. Something that Yeovil Town's never seen before, and they'll go, right, how are you going to pay? And this is what we want paying. And then they'll look at it and go, oh, right, guys, seen as like 1 week's wages for Jose is like worth more than our club. Don't think it's work. We'll pay you in, you know, we owe you kind of things, you know. I mean, Snickers.
We'll pay you, yeah. Well, he's in the Snickers advert, isn't he? That's what he's up to nowadays. Yeah,
he's here. We forgot that.
To be fair to Yeovil, Hewish Park, just under 10,000 capacity for a National League club, and it's relatively modern. It was finished in 1990. So, and of course, Yeovil have been in the Championship.
Yeah,
they weren't very successful in the Championship, and it ultimately led to their utter capitulation and demise out of the Football League, but they were in the Championship.
So they're one of the clubs who are like too good for League One, but not good enough for the Championship.
I mean, they were always punching above their weight, like a Scunthorpe United. United. And guess what? The same thing that happened to Yeovil happened to Scunthorpe. But they keep...
I gotta admit, I don't know what happened to Scunthorpe because I don't really pay attention to
They're in the National League, although they were in the National League North last season. So,
they got promoted.
Yeah, they did.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Nearly hit the wall as well. But luckily they didn't. Good for them. Same with Yeovil. They had a few financial problems as well. Let's talk about transfers then. We'll complete the transfer rumours at the end of the show. We'll quickly talk about that. But just wanted to talk about this one. Other than breaking news at the top of the show, Liverpool to make a £130 million offer for Alexander Isak. So looks like Alexander Isak, the 25-year-old, might be with add-ons and bonuses making it a British record transfer fee. This is according to the Telegraph, 130 million for a player that I don't think Liverpool need that much, or they don't need that kind of player. They need a
No, we
considering who
do.
they've bought in.
No, we
I
need
th-
bodies.
yeah, you need bodies, but you don't need a player of that quality. You need a body.
Well,
If
if
you're
you
spending
want to, we want
130
the best.
million pound on
We want
someone
the
that's going to sit on the bench,
we want the best striker. He's gonna. Why not go and get the best? The money's there, and he wants to come to you. Why not go and get the best?
but you need
You know,
bodies, not the best. You've already got really good
well, he is
strikers.
a body.
Okay, all right. My point is,
Okay, right, right,
you're
right.
going to have a
Let's
problem
ask the
of
Liverpool fan.
rotation. You're going
Let's
to
ask the
need to
Liverpool
rotate
fan
your
about
squad.
right.
Okay, go
Let's
on.
ask the Liverpool fan about logistics of Liverpool squad. If you want to know,
Go on.
right.
Go on. I'll
So
shut my mouth.
we sold from last season, right? Obviously, don't forget what happened to Diogo
Yeah,
Jota,
of
right?
course, yeah.
Yeah, you could never foresee that happening. He would have been a part of the squad,
Yeah.
absolutely. His passing has definitely impacted things, right? Like the planning that the people at the top have had to do. Obviously, I think Darwin Núñez was always going to go because he's not very good. And he's obviously gone to Saudi Arabia because no one else wants them. Luis Diaz, I personally think we've made a mistake selling him. I would have tried to keep him, but the situation with Diaz is that I think he wanted to go. I think well, I think he wants a new contract. He wants to be paid more, and I think what the situation was that, at least this is just what I'm reading and what other people have said, is that he's 28 years old. They didn't want to. They didn't think it was sort of getting the money's worth of trying to offer him a big bumper contract. We got a good offer from Bayern Munich, and from looks things he's doing very well over there. He scored against Stay for them, and so it's happened. And I said he wants to go because we wouldn't offer him the money, but we've left ourselves short because including Jota, we've lost three forwards. We've bought one in Ekatike, who I love Ekatike. I think he'll be amazing for us, and I think he will get plenty of game time. But other than that, we've got Cody Gakpo as our starting left winger, a young, sort of extremely talented, just recently turned 17-year-old in Rio Ngamoa.
Yes, who's already
scored the
scored.
winner against
Yeah.
Newcastle. Yeah. And then Federico Chiesa, who's only really just starting to come to fitness, probably wasn't really playing that much last season. So, and Mo Salah goes to AFCON in December.
Oh, yeah,
January.
that's true. That's very true. Yeah.
So, in terms of bodies, and that's not even taking account injuries, for me, you run the risk like that. Like, yeah, you might not get injuries, but what if you do? you know. So I would rather err on the side of caution, and sort of, prepare. Failing to prepare, is preparing to fail.
Yeah,
That kind of
a failure to prepare is preparing to fail. Yes.
Yeah. So I think if we didn't buy players, if we don't get Isak, then we are running the risk of being short when we need it. So yeah, you could say, oh, what's the point of bringing Isak in? Because then where's he going to play? But the point is that when we bought Ekatike, he was bought in not just as he's absolutely going to just play number 9 and he can't play any other positions. Arne Slot said publicly that he sees him as a sort of dynamic sort of forward that can play across the front line. So you can absolutely fit them both in. Say for example, you could put him on the left, put Isak up front. You get game time all round, and then the Mark Gay thing. I think that is just smart business because you're getting a 25-year-old captain, loads of experience,
Heading
English,
towards his
for
peak
homegrown.
years as well as a defender.
Yeah, not even in his peak years yet.
Yeah.
Ready for that next step up. England's international. For a snip of what he should be worth, 35, 40 million. It's a no-brainer. Because what you're doing there, what the story of our centre backs is at the minute is that we've got obviously a 34-year-old Virgil van Dijk who is still amazing, but again can't play every match. Ibu Konate, who is in the last year of his contract, and you can tell because his head is not in the game. He's been shite. He's been absolutely terrible against Bournemouth and Newcastle. So you're wondering where his head is at? They've just brought in an 18-year-old Italian kid, Giovanni Leone. Again, he's 18. Can he come in and play 7 matches in a row? Probably not. And then a Joe Gomez who, he's actually fit now. I think it's the first time he's been fit in a year. He's just constantly injured. So you're going to leave yourself short if you don't get anyone else in. So I think it's smart business all around. Yeah, so I see. I said, well, we'll see what happens. But all roads are looking likely that.
Yeah, Isak.
Oh, and as well, yeah, I think the Isak thing. I don't think, from what I've seen from one journalist who's normally really really good with Liverpool stuff, Paul Joyce. He's the Times, I think. He said that it's. I think we're going to go back in with 120. Apparently we don't want to push to 130. And I think that'll probably get it done.
Well, the rumour is 130, according to the Telegraph. We'll go through the rest of the transfer rumours as we get them, because we are waiting for the back pages as well. So that once we get those, we'll talk about transfer rumours ahead of the deadline day, which is when is it? Is it Monday or Tuesday? It's quite soon.
Monday, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, Monday, 7 o'clock. There you go. And we'll be live as well, doing transfer deadline, or at least I will be, at the very least. You'll get me talking about late-minute transfers for the summer transfer window. So yeah, that is the Isak story put to bed for now. It looks like he has said his goodbyes to Newcastle United, quite literally, apparently, because he was allowed back into training, and apparently he just went, "I'm out." That, if you believe what is posted on what used to be known as Twitter. What do you want to do next? The Champions League draw or the England squad? Or neither?
Jeez.
I'd rather neither, but let's talk about the England team for the Andorra-Serbia game.
I'd say probably the Champions League draw concerns me more because my team's in it and I actually care about that. But I don't mind talking about either.
All right, let's talk about England then. Let's talk about the squad. This is for the upcoming games with Andorra and Serbia. So, two incredibly important games. I could see Andorra just scraping a 1-0. Hey, if Gillingham can beat Manchester United on penalties. Luckily, this one doesn't go to penalties.
Gillingham.
Grimsby, sorry. Grimsby. Wrong G's. Get my G's right. So, yeah, a 24-man team has been picked for the game. Andorra, 6 p.m. at Villa Park. Nice that they're not having it at Wembley. Then they head to Belgrade on Tuesday, the 9th of September, for that game. So, the goalkeepers, Dean Henderson, Jordan Pickford, and James Trafford. I mean, James Trafford in the name, Trafford by nature, especially if it's Old Trafford and their goalkeepers. He hasn't had a perfect start, has he, to his life at Man City, has he, James?
Could have been sent off against Tottenham, I think, wasn't it?
Yes, he was terrible. Trafford by name, Trafford by nature. Defenders, Dan Burn of Newcastle, Mark Gay of Crystal Palace currently. Reece James, Ezri Konsa of Villa, Miles Lewis-Skelly of Arsenal, Tino Livramento of Newcastle, Jed Spence of Tottenham, and John Stones of City.
Jed Spence.
Jed Spence. I don't know why I'd say, because it's Jed Spence. Jed Spence. You know.
DJ Spence in the house.
No, that's Ruben Amorim. Scatman. Midfielders. Elliot Anderson of Nottingham Forest. Nice to see a Forest player back in the England starting, the England squad. But it's 2 Forest players because Morgan Gibbs-White has also been called up. Jordan Henderson of Brentford.
How Hendo keeps getting that?
I thought he was going to go back to Sunderland. Genuinely. How did he end up in Brentford? And how did he end up in this England squad? Either. Declan Rice of Arsenal, Morgan Rogers of Aston Villa, and Adam Wharton of Crystal Palace. And then the forwards, Jared Bowen of West Ham, Eze, now Arsenal, Anthony Gordon for Newcastle, Harry Kane of Bayern Munchen, Noni Madu, I can never say Madueke. I can never say that. Of Arsenal, Manchester United, Barcelona loanee Marcus Rashford. He's gone on loan to Barcelona from Manchester United, and Ollie Watkins of Aston Villa as well. So, yeah, what do you make of the team? Pretty good, right?
I'm just, yeah, it's kind of funny because no Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah, that big not money move to Real Madrid. So
yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I think it's a decent squad.
To be fair, Bellingham's not in it, so I don't think he's picked.
Bellingham not in it?
No, because he's not picked any of the Real Madrid lads there. Cause he's picked Rashford, but there's no Bellingham. So
must be injured or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he is. So yeah, he's England boss.
I mean, yeah, it's whatever. Like, I won't watch the matches. Doesn't really. I mean, they're literally international friendlies. I just think they are.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, Jude Bellingham not in the squad.
It just goes back. It goes back to that point you mentioned. I don't know. You might have mentioned it sort of before we started. In that we've just started the new season, and this September, beginning of September, but the international break, they keep doing. Like, it's just stupid.
I know.
It's just silly.
But it happens. They keep doing it. But anyway, so that's the England squad. I think there are some players to watch out for. I don't know whether Jadon Sancho is going to get a move out of Manchester United. But Jobe Bellingham, not Jude Bellingham, but Jobe Bellingham is at Borussia Dortmund. He's one to watch out for. Good player last season for Sunderland. I'm surprised they let him go and didn't give him a shot in the Premier League, but clearly they saw the money and he wanted to go to Germany because he saw an opportunity there. And to be fair, it worked out for his brother, so why wouldn't you? He can see the blueprint of what's happened to his older brother, so going to Real Madrid. So yeah, it's all set up for him, and he'll definitely get games at Dortmund, and they'll want him to improve year on year as well, because they'll really put some effort into making sure that he's technically brilliant. Because that's exactly what they did with Jadon Sancho and his brother as well. Although Jadon Sancho lost all his technical ability when he signed on the dotted line for Manchester United. Happens to the best of them.
Where players go to die.
Yeah, basically, football careers go to die. Manchester United. It's called Man United. In the style of the old Toys R Us adverts. There's a horrible place. No one wants to go there. Right, so that's the England squad. They'll probably beat Andorra. They'll probably beat Serbia as well. So let's hope so. For England's sakes. Right, so a couple of European draws to talk about. The Champions League, the Conference League, and of course the Europa League. Shall we tackle it in ascending order? So it's Conference League first, then Europa League, then the Champions League. So we can have a look at some of the unpronounceable team names that I can not read.
Please tell me where about our good friends. I Shot the Sheriff Tiraspol.
Oh, I Shot the Sheriff Tiraspol. We don't. I don't know. I don't actually know who's qualified for the Conference League, so well, bear with me. So the teams to watch out for, of course, in the Conference League, we know that Crystal Palace, who should correctly be in the Europa League, but have been demoted to the Conference League because UEFA shits. AZ Alkmaar will play them, as well as Dynamo Kyiv, Strasbourg of France, Kupolo, who I believe are Finnish, Lamika, who I believe are Cypriot, and Shelbourne Athletic of Ireland. So there you go. That is who's playing Crystal Palace. I believe that is where. Oh no, there is one more British team in the Conference League, and that's Aberdeen. Shakhtar Donetsk are going to play Aberdeen. So are Sparta Prague, Strasbourg as well, AEK Athens, Lamika again, and a team called Noah. I have no idea where they're from.
Probably from like Bosnia or something, or Albania or something.
Armenia. They're from Armenia.
Oh,
there we go. A quick Google helps us. Google saves the day. And you know what? Since we got an Irish team in, we'll talk about the Irish team. Shelbourne Athletic. They're playing AZ Alkmaar, Crystal Palace. How do I pronounce this one? NK Celje, CELJE of Slovenia. A Slovenian team. Yeah, good luck with that one.
Celje or something.
Yeah. They're playing FC Drita of Kosovo. So a Kosovan team. They're also playing, oh, fuck me, KF Shenjia. That's not how you pronounce it, but they're from North Macedonia. They're from North Macedonia. There you go. And then they're playing BK Häcken, who are Swedish. That's much easier for me to say.
We're really dredging down into the Isle Farmers here.
We really are. We really are.
The plains of Armenia and North Macedonia.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally,
So yeah, 3 teams to
villages with a population of like 25.
One day it'll be a Kazakh team with Borat as their manager. Oh wait, they don't like Borat in that country. Shelbourne, Aberdeen, and Crystal Palace are your teams to watch out for in the Conference League. I'm sure everyone will be watching the Conference League this season because it's a cracking competition. If you can name any of the teams, well done. You've won. In the Europa League, we've got a few teams. We've got Aston Villa. We've got Rangers there. We've also got Celtic, who are in the Europa League. They've dropped down from Champions League qualifying. Nottingham Forest taking Crystal Palace's spot, whether rightly or wrongly. Wrongly, very much wrongly. Although, here's the thing. I'd like to have seen Nottingham Forest in the Conference League. And the reason I say that is because I think Nottingham Forest would have won it. I don't think they can win the Europa League. And I don't think Palace can win the Conference League. I always want British team. No, I don't. I think Aberdeen are better than Palace.
What makes Forest in a better position to win the conference than?
Because they're a stronger team. I think they've got a better squad. Forest have a better squad of players than Palace. They would easily win that league. Or they'd at least get to the semi-finals or the final and then have a chance of winning a European trophy for the first time since Cloughy was in charge.
What's the difference between the two squads?
I think... I just think Palace have lost too much quality in their squad this season.
They've got a very good core of their squad, and they've got a good manager, and they've got a good way of playing.
They're technically technically very good, but I think Fiorentina
lost Eze, but lost Eze, but replaced him. They're more than likely, fingers crossed for me, going to lose Gueye, but they're already bringing replacement for him. As long as they fit what he's looking to do, I think it's going to be. I mean, it might go horribly wrong, but I think it's probably. I'm hedging a bet on sort of a seamless transition for new players to replace the old players. He'll still play. He's still got most of the same players.
I just think there are stronger teams because you got Fiorentina, you got AZ Alkmaar.
I think they'll do pretty well.
Mainz are pretty good. Strasbourg are pretty good as well. I just think they're stronger teams than Palace.
Maybe, but I don't think there's that much of a gulf where, say, Palace go to a Mainz or because Mainz are mid-table Bundesliga and
Crystal Palace mid-table Premier League. But Fiorentina they've been in that. They've been there, done it.
Strasbourg and AZ Alkmaar, there's not.
they might have maybe slight advantages in terms of maybe
Well,
individual
Strasbourg
quality,
are
but
Chelsea's B team, remember? So they can just pinch players
I
from
don't
there.
think Palace go to any of them and are fearful of them at
Oh,
all.
no, I'm not saying they should be
No?
fearful. I'm just saying that these teams have slightly more quality. I think Fiorentina will end up finally winning the Conference League after being, I think they've been in 2 finals and lost both. So they've been the bridesmaid
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're never the bride. So
I'd say Fiorentina will probably have the edge, maybe
Yeah.
just. But then West Ham, when they weren't even that good, beat Fiorentina in a final. So everybody knows, and finals, anything can happen.
that's
so,
true. But I would say Mainz are probably my favourites to win. I did miss one Irish team in the Conference League draw, which was Shamrock Rovers of Dublin. They are playing Shakhtar Donetsk, Sparta Prague, that team I couldn't say earlier, Kelji, AEK Athens. Oh, for fuck's sake. Come on. Who the fuck are these guys? Or Blick. Bree or Black Blick. They're Icelandic, and I can't say it. BREI,
European heritage.
accented like D thing, which only exists in the Viking language. ABLIK, Norse, yes. Brearblick. Bleh. Good luck to anyone trying to say that
Something
one.
like that.
Yeah, something like that. And then
literally only someone from Iceland say that.
yeah, and then
But you know what you're saying
finally,
about,
oh sorry, their last game is against Hamrun Spartans of Malta.
oh Jesus, you know.
So there you go. That's the
Um,
Conference League for
well,
Shamrock Rovers.
I think, yeah, you know, we're talking about the different teams and that. I
Yes.
think when you come up against like teams that you mentioned, like Sparta Prague, you know, Shakhtar Donetsk, they're sort of decent European heritage teams. Them definitely
Yeah.
Shakhtar anyway.
Unfortunately, they've
iconic
lost all their
teams,
best
you know.
players because of the war. So that's why. Otherwise, I'd have said if it had been minus the war in Ukraine, if that wasn't happening, then I'd say Dynamo Kyiv and Shakhtar would be up there.
Yeah, good
And I'd
teams,
say
them.
they're better probably if they hadn't lost all their best players because of the war. They'd easily dispatch Palace.
I'd say Shakhtar definitely.
Shakhtar definitely. Dynamo Kyiv, you've got a little bit of a question mark, but Shakhtar, yes, because they've always had money
Had
behind
all
them
the
as well.
Brazilians in, didn't they? Shakhtar?
Yeah.
They always had Brazilian players.
Well, they had loads of money. They were owned by they are still owned by an oligarch as well. But yeah, they've always had loads of money. Anyway, back to the Europa League. Because we've got a couple of British interests. Let's start with Rangers, who Jose Mourinho might be managing soon. Which means that he'll have 2 interesting journeys if he does manage Rangers, because Roma are their first opponents, Porto as well, Braga, Ferencváros of Hungary, Ludogorets of Bulgaria, Sturm Graz of Austria, Genk, who are Swiss, and Brann, who are Norwegian.
Genk of Belgium.
Oh, Belgium, sorry. Genk of Belgium, yes, of course they are. Genk of Belgium, and then Brann of Norway. So Rangers, what do you make of that draw for them? I think they'll get
Roma
spanked.
and Porto first 2 matches.
So they're at home to Roma, away at Porto. I don't know if they're the first 2 matches. I think they are, but it doesn't.
Tough teams.
It's listed in terms of what pot they're in, and Roma and Porto are in pot 1 because they're the top seeded teams. I reckon they'll get spanked by Roma and Porto, considering that they were spanked by Ghent. So, sorry, Bruges. They were spanked by, and Braga might see them. I think Braga and Ferencváros might actually see Rangers as a chance for scalp. I think that's less of a scalp for Braga, more of a scalp for Ferencváros. And maybe if you look at Graz or Ludogorets, maybe you're also looking at that as a bit of a scalp. Moving on. Because we've also got Aston Villa. They've got Salzburg, who for some reason were in the World Club Cup despite winning fuck all in Europe. I still can't believe that. Aston Villa have Salzburg, Feyenoord, Maccabi Tel Aviv, Boo. Fenerbahce. What millionaires love to do when power and other things and become really boring. Yeah, it's Young Boys of Bern. Basel, Bologna, and Go Ahead Eagles of the Netherlands. Oh, you just flipped me off there. Thank you very much.
Man.
Sorry, there's that meme of Kaka drawing it out of. I just.
Yeah, the way he says it, Young Boys. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it's not a team you want to get caught by the police playing. Hey, their stadium is called the Wankdorf.
So they're kind of asking for it, really.
They really are. They really are.
No one other than you pay
the same joke every year. Aston Villa. Or insert team name. Wankdorf, Young Boys.
And of course, you can't help but go, ha. You know,
immaturity.
With too much money, yeah. Well, Young Boys, the Wankdorf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they play at the Wankdorf Stadium. That's not even a joke. They really should rename that stadium. Can they not call it like something else?
There's no way. I mean,
can't they just call it like the Bern Arena or something like that, or the?
It must be called something else in Swiss. It must be called something else. Because no way you've got all the people there going, "Oh, nice game with the Young Boys at Wankdorf." No way.
I've got to.
Something else.
No, that is the official name of the sorry, no, the Wankdorf Stadium is not its official name. Its official name is Stadion Wankdorf. Yep. Let's just settle that. We do this every year. Let's just settle in now and just accept the fact that a football club is called Young Boys. They play in Bern. And their stadium is called Stadion Wankdorf.
And moving on swiftly.
I was about to. I was about to go. Moving on. Aston Villa. Yeah, they're playing Salzburg, Feyenoord, Maccabi Tel Aviv, Fenerbahce, Young Boys, Basel. So they're staying in Switzerland for that one. Bologna and Go Ahead Eagles of the Netherlands. So. I like that team name, although it does sound like it's come from like the American chant. You know, the American chants where they're like, score and win. That feels like that's how they name their team. Why don't we call ourselves the Go Ahead Eagles? Because we're going to go ahead of every team. Yeah, no, it's not. It's Dutch. Go Ahead Eagles. Yeah, so that is who Aston Villa are playing. I back them to beat everybody in that that group. Maybe Salzburg might be a tough one, but I would say that Aston Villa should beat Salzburg. They've got Salzburg at home, so they should be I think they should be beating Salzburg at home at Villa Park. Feyenoord away.
They don't look very good this season.
I just don't rate the Austrian Bundesliga. Maybe because I'm a bit of a snob.
No. You are a snob. You are a German snob.
Austrian, actually.
You don't like the Austrians.
Yes. Well, they did give us Mustache Man. Lest we not forget.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. Yes. I know history. Celtic, then. They've got Roma, Feyenoord, Braga. I can't say the Serbian name of it, so I'm just going to call them Red Star Belgrade. Crvena Zvezda. Which is what it's spelt like, but it's Red Star Belgrade in English, if you want to butcher it. Sturm Graz of Austria, FC Midtjylland of Denmark, whose logo always looks like the Charlton Athletic badge. FC Utrecht.
It literally is.
It really is. FC Utrecht, and they also play Bologna as well. Utrecht of Holland, right?
Dutch.
Yeah, Dutch. Yeah, I was thinking Dutch, and then I backed away from it, thinking, "Oh no, you might be wrong there." No, so they're playing.
The last team after Utrecht?
Bologna. So they've got
Bologna.
Two Italian teams, 2 Dutch teams, 1 Danish, 1 Austrian, 1 Serbian.
Yeah, I think they're pretty tough. Them.
Yeah, I think they're going to be quite tough for Celtic. Yeah. I don't think
I
that's a
don't think they'll
favourable
get out of
draw, but they've only got to finish in a top 8. I think Nottingham Forest are fucked. Looking at their draw, Nottingham
They've probably got all
Forest.
of it.
They have got Porto, Real Betis, Ferencváros, Braga, Midtjylland, Sturm Graz of Austria, Malmo of Sweden, and FC Utrecht. So
Yeah,
I think
no,
they'll struggle in that group or in that
I think
in
they'll
that
probably-
with those fixtures.
I think they'll probably draw in about half of them and then lose badly the other half.
Yeah, I think they'll really struggle against those teams. And I think that's it because we had the 2 Scottish teams and we got 2 English teams in the Europa League. Right, let's talk about the main event then. The Champions League draws then for the 25-26.
Newcastle's one for the Champions League is a tough one. Their draw.
Let's view the draw details. Come on, give me the draw details. Right, so we'll go through it club by club. Paris Saint-Germain. Let's do it. Let's focus on the English teams first. So Manchester City. Let's start with them. Borussia Dortmund, Real Madrid, Bayer Leverkusen, Villarreal, Napoli, Bodo/Glimt as well of Norway, Galatasaray of Turkey, and AS Monaco as well. So, I'd expect them to. The Man City game with Real Madrid will be interesting. Dortmund, I expect them. They've got Dortmund at home. I would expect them to win that one. I think they'll lose to Madrid away. I think Madrid should beat them.
Kind of funny, just talking about City and Madrid. Last season, when we had Madrid at home, in the same week we had Man City at home. We beat them both 2-0. Same thing happens this season. Is the case this season.
And this time you'll lose to both.
Same week, Man City and Real Madrid.
Yes. So I would imagine they won't beat Real Madrid. They might get a draw. You never know. That is entirely feasible. Let's talk about the Liverpool draw then, because Liverpool also have Real Madrid, Internazionale Milan, Atletico Madrid. So you're both Madrid teams coming to Liverpool. So they better find them a good hotel. Trivago. Frankfurt, your old manager, he's advertising that. Frankfurt, PSV of the Netherlands, Marseille of France, Karabag as well, and Galatasaray of Turkey, Karabag, of course, of Azerbaijan. It does feel like the Eurovision Song Contest, Azerbaijan. So Karabag. Nil point. We give the UK nil point. No. Liverpool, what do you make of your draw then?
I think it's about as good as we could get. I mean, obviously you've got Madrid again.
Well, you got both. You got both Madrid teams. So nice, they gave you both.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident. I mean, I think Atletico Madrid in the Wanda Metropolitano is going to be a tough one. But Galatasaray in their stadium, going to be the atmosphere.
No, it's a home game. It's at Anfield.
Galatasaray, I'm sure, is in.
No, both Madrid games are at Anfield. Real Madrid's at home, and
okay.
Atletico is at home. You're away at Inter, you're away at Frankfurt, you're away at Marseille, and you're away at Galatasaray. You're at home to Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, PSV, and Karabag.
Oh, there you go. That's not bad. I'll take that.
So you got both Madrid teams at home.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty good. We
you're happy with that?
Don't like either of them.
Chelsea have a toughie. Chelsea are at home to Barcelona. They're away at Bayern München. They're at home to Benfica. Away at Atalanta. They're at home to Ajax. Away to Napoli. At home to Paphos of Cyprus. And who were the ones that beat Celtic, weren't they? Paphos? Or was it? No. That was I'll get to them because that was another team. I'm getting confused with a team. It was Karat Almaty that beat Celtic on penalties. So Chelsea have Paphos and Karabag of Azerbaijan.
Tough one. That's a tough draw. That.
Yeah. I think that's quite a tough set of games for Chelsea. What the fuck have Ajax done to their badge? They've gone for the older version of the Ajax badge, and I fucking hate it. I just had to. This is the first time I've noticed it because they changed it on the UEFA website, and I'm just like, why have you changed it to an uglier version? I like the old badge. It was fine. It was cartoonish. It was good, and yet now you've changed it to one that's slightly more classical in design. It looks shit. It looks like the back end of a coin.
You know what? Maybe we should get in touch and let them know you're not very happy. Like, raise a complaint with customer service that
Ajax?
Daniel Harrington is not happy with this.
Yeah,
some random nobody, Brendan, is not happy with this. Change it back.
Yeah, your badge is shit, Ajax. Used to be good, now it's shit. You've made it look more complicated by thinking, oh, if we go class, football club badges are about as classy as Ferrero Rochers. Oh, moving on. Arsenal then. They're at home to Bayern München, away at Inter. They're at home to Atleti as well, Atletico Madrid. Club Brugge away. Olympiacos at home. Slavia Prague away. Kirat Almaty, who beat Celtic at home, and Athletic Club Bilbao away from home. Tough draw for Arsenal. Bayern München, Inter and Atleti are potential banana skins. Atleti at home.
Thing is, in the Champions League, quality teams, they're all potential banana skins.
Especially now with this new format, because you are playing teams of a similar level early on or later on in the draw. So you get those high pressure games. Yeah, you get more of those high pressure games. It could see a team knocked out if they need a win. And moving on from Arsenal to where's the next English team? Newcastle United. My God, they are not making it through. Barcelona at home, Paris Saint-Germain away, Benfica at home, Bayer Leverkusen away, PSV at home, so they're playing PSG and PSV. Don't get those two confused. Marseille away, Athletic Club Bilbao at home, and then Belgian club Union at away. So they're playing Union Saint-Gilloise from Belgium away.
Union Saint-Gilloise, yeah.
Good. Used to be part owned by the Brighton owner, which I'm not sure they are anymore. But historic club. What do you make of Newcastle's draw? Bloody tough one, isn't it?
That's tough.
Yeah, to put it lightly. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, if you think back to the last time that Newcastle in the Champions League beat apart from one of he battered Real Madrid, not Real Madrid, PSG.
Yes, it did.
So, and that was with Mbappe. Although they are a better club now, PSG, without him.
Yes, but they're European champions, so
they are indeed. So, I mean, all we can do is say we'll see. There'll be good matches, but they'll be tough.
Yeah,
I think it'll be tough. Yeah.
And our last stop on our European journey is Tottenham Hotspur. They are at home to Borussia Dortmund, away at Paris Saint-Germain, at home to Villarreal, away at Frankfurt, at home to Slavia Prague, away at Bodo Glimt, so a trip to Norway, at home to FC Copenhagen, and away at Monaco. So I think I think it's a bit 50-50, that one. Favorite to win in the Champions League? Call it now, or?
Oh God! I mean,
it's Madrid or PSG for me.
I mean, for me, I'd put PSG, Real. You can never. I'm not going to say they're an outright favourite, but you can never say they've always in an outside chance. Man City if they maybe, and then it's going to be maybe Arsenal, Liverpool.
Okay.
So I'd say
I'd say between
So-
PSG and Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid for me. Between those two,
thanks, mate.
I don't see any of the English teams getting anywhere. And maybe Man City get to a semi-final if they're lucky. Maybe Liverpool do.
I was going to say you're really discounting us, Jesus.
Liverpool or Man City in a semi-final, but that'll be the closest an English team will get. I think Man City want to win the Premier League.
I'm right. Okay, here we go. Right, I'm confident that Liverpool go further in the Champions League than Man City, and I'm confident Liverpool will finish above Man City in the Premier League. I don't know what inside knowledge you've been given that you're so confident about Man City.
Well, I think
they
Man
look
City
pretty-
are going to win the Premier League. So, and I think
Why?
all their entire focus will be on that. I don't think they'll care about anything else other than winning the Premier League.
Okay, but what makes you so confident?
I think I said it last week where I said Liverpool have such a target on their back that, and purely because they are the defending champions, and because everyone
Well,
will see
the-
them as a scalp. I mean, they'll
So
see
is
Man,
anyone?
but it's really hard to retain the league, and I just don't see Liverpool doing it. I see Liverpool finishing second. I don't think Arsenal will get anywhere near the league. I think they'll finish third. And I think Arteta
Okay.
might go at the end of the season because if they don't win something, maybe they might win a cup double or something. But Liverpool, I think, will win. City for me, but it'll be tight. It'll be close. And at the end of the season, when I'm wrong, I'll hold my hands up and I'll admit that Liverpool were my favourites the entire time.
I will record that and put it online.
No, yes, it's already online, so don't worry about that. Real Madrid are 3-1 up against Mallorca. If you wanted to know that, right? We are at the end of our little stream, so we just have to look at the transfer rumors then, as we approach the end of the transfer window, because we have got the latest edition of the back pages to talk about these rumors then. So let's dissect it. Tottenham are the lead, apparently, for the race for Manchester City defender Manuel Akanji. They're looking to beat AC Milan and Crystal Palace to his signature. This is a potential replacement for Gay for Palace. So,
Yeah.
Do you think this would stumble any potential move this window from him to go to Liverpool?
What if they don't?
If they don't get this deal done in time, if Tottenham sign Akanji instead of them, do you think they'll let him go then, or?
I think they've already signed one guy, or at least very close to, and then they're also looking at Akanji as well. No, I think they'll get one, at the very least one. Whether they get Akanji as well, I don't know.
Well,
but I think that'll allow Gay to go.
to leave.
So keep on.
Yeah, I was going to say that rumor is from Gazzetta dello Sport in Italy. Barcelona head coach Hansi Flick says he is convinced 22-year-old attacking midfielder Fermin Lopez, who has been capped twice by Spain, will not leave the club in this transfer window, despite being linked with Chelsea. That's from ESPN. Chelsea, though, are ready to make a bid for Lopez, who is valued by Barcelona at 90 million euros. That's 78 million pounds. That's according to the Spanish publication Mundo Deportivo. West Ham is an interesting one. I've entered the race to sign Fabio Vieira from Arsenal, but Stuttgart and another Bundesliga club are also interested in the 25-year-old Portuguese midfielder. I think if you're Fabio Vieira and you're looking at West Ham, you're picking Stuttgart or whoever else it is. You're not picking West Ham. So I don't view him. I don't see him going to at all. Would you, if you were a player, go to West Ham? If you heard West Ham are interested for you, I assume, like, if that the phone number comes up with West Ham, you just go, no. let's not answer that call.
okay.
Yeah, I'm with the accountant.
Something
I can't do that. Speak later.
With the account.
Yeah. They send you a WhatsApp message, you leave it on red. That's exactly what you would do in that scenario. That is according to Sky Sports Deutschland in Germany. Manchester United and Morocco defender Nazer Mazraoui. The 27-year-old has emerged as a target for Juventus. I could see that happening. Whether Manchester United would let him go or not, but I could see it happening. And to be honest, I would probably want to leave Manchester United if I played for Manchester United. Leipzig are targeting Liverpool and England under-21 midfielder Harvey Elliott as a replacement for Xavi Simons, but the German side remain reluctant to meet the Reds' asking price. According to ESPN, do you see Harvey Elliott leaving Anfield at any point in the coming days ahead of the transfer window closing?
Honestly, not a clue. I personally think we should keep him again for a body. But I can understand why he wants to leave for more game time. So I don't know. I think this is 50-50 in my mind. It could happen. It might not. It could. I think the way it's looking, if it does happen, it's going to be a last minute thing.
If it does happen, Liverpool could reportedly make a move for Aston Villa and England midfielder Morgan Rogers. Should that Elliott transfer materialise? So if Elliott leaves, you bring in Morgan Rogers. Happy with that, or?
It wouldn't happen. I mean, I'd be happy with it, but it's not going to happen. Like they're not going to let Morgan Rogers, one of their best players, go last minute.
No.
Because they're going to ask for like 80 million easy, and like.
Considering you're about to spend 130, yeah.
That's it. We're going to spend 120, 130 on Isak, another 35, 40 on Gay. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, I'd love him. I'd love him, but they've already let Jacob Ramsey go. They've already lost, John Duran, other players, and they've not really bought anyone to replace them. So Morgan Rogers is one of their best players. There'd be no reason if they sold him as well. I don't know what they're doing because they'd be idiots.
Brazil winger Rodrigo, the 24-year-old, is going to remain at Real Madrid in this transfer window, despite interest from Liverpool and Arsenal. That's according to Marca in Spain. Leeds United retain an interest in Leicester City and Morocco's 23-year-old attacking midfielder Bilal El Kanous after their move from Brighton for Brighton's Facundo Buonan. I can never say this guy's name. Facundo Buonanotte. Claps. Yeah. There we go. Thank you very much. That's according to The Athletic. Fuck me, I'm shit with names. Chelsea are considering... all you have to do is watch the fucking Saturday score stream to realise I'm shit with names. Chelsea are considering meeting the release clause of Braga's winger Roger Fernandez. That's a much easier name for me to say before the end of the window. Two more then, and Aston Villa are looking for a potential £21.25 million move for Osasuna and Cameroon centre-back Enzo Boyomo as manager Unai Emery looks to bolster his defensive ranks. That's according to The Telegraph. And Fabrizio Romano is reporting that two Premier League clubs are keen on making a move for Sevilla and Belgian forward Dode Luca Bacchio, 27 years old, with the Spanish side brace for offers before deadline day. So it looks like there could be a lot of busy moves in the final day of the window. So Oh, what do you make of that? Transfer deadline day coming up very, very soon. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting deadline day. That's for sure. I'm just looking at if there's any other rumors that we need to talk about very quickly. That's Anderlecht, so we don't need to talk about that. Pereira wants 2 more signings at Wolves after their defeat. And yeah, I think Watford close in on foremost Mendy from Lorient, the centre-back in the Championship. And Swansea have made Swansea boss Alan Sheehan has made an inquiry to Celtic about Adam Ida's situation there. So, yeah, that is about it on the transfer front. Shall we? I'd say we'll have a look at the tables. There's only 2 tables worth looking at this point because of the early day of the season. It's we're 3 games into the Premier League season, so there's only 2 leagues to look at, and that's League 2 and League 1, where they're 6 games into the season, where we're starting to see the formation of who's going to be at the top and who's going to be at the bottom. I mean, it can always all change, but it's Cheltenham Town starting in League 2 at bottom of the Football League. Just had a new change of owner, 1 point out of the first 6 games, a draw and 5 defeats for Cheltenham Town. Shrewsbury Town 23rd, 2 points for them, and Crawley Town just above the relegation zone via goal difference, 2 points for them. A disastrous start following relegation from League 1. Relegation back to back could be on the cards for Crawley Town and Scott Lindsay as well, their manager. The playoffs in League 2 looking like this. Well, just outside the playoffs, it's Fleetwood Town who are 9th on 11 points. Then it's Grimsby who are 8th on 11 points. MK Dons 7th, also on 11 points. So those 3 teams separated by goal difference. 6th place at the minute was last season's playoff final losers Walsall on 12 points. Swindon Town are 5th on 12 points. Crewe Alexandra, who Swindon beat 3-0 today, are 4th on 12 points as well. Bromley also on 12 points, but they're in the automatic promotion places at the moment. 3rd, also on 12 points. Chesterfield are 2nd on 13 points. And Gillingham are at the top of the league on 14 points. So that's the League 2 table. League 1 at the minute. Bottom end of the League 1 table sees Peterborough United only on a point after 6 games. Port Vale 23rd on 2 points. Wickham seem to have lost all momentum as they would traditionally be pushing for the Championship. But 6 games in, they've only got 2 points so far. 22nd in League 1. And Plymouth Argyle struggling following relegation from the Championship. They're on 3 points after 6 games. And they are 21st in the league. Then it's Blackpool, Rotherham, and Burton Albion, all on 4 points, making up 20th, 19th, and 18th, respectively. It's an all Yorkshire affair, and it's done proper like in the League 1 playoffs. Luton Town just outside the playoffs, 7th on 12 points. But your Yorkshire playoffs are Huddersfield Town, they're 6th on 12 points. Donny Rovers, that's Doncaster to you and me, 13 points. Barnsley, they're 4th. They're also on 13 points. And then it's Bradford City. They're 3rd on 14 points. Mick McCarthy. Sorry, I'm back in the room now. Stevenage is 2nd on 15 points. Cardiff City are top of the league on 16 points. Cardiff probably, I think it's a safe bet that they're probably going to win the league. It was always going to be between them and Luton Luton have started off, with 2 defeats, whereas Cardiff City are unbeaten. Right, those are the league tables. Those are the ones that are starting to form, so they're the only ones that really matter at this moment of time. Wait until we are 6 weeks into the Premier League, and we will have a look at those tables then. Same with the National League and the Championship. We're not here next week because it's an international break and we don't cover international football on this channel. So another video on Wednesday will probably be about the 8 teams that were banned from playing in a particular country. To find out which country, stay tuned. It might be related to the last video we made. Other than that, Callum Brown has been my guest. A big thank you to him.
No problem, mate.
And we will be back in 2 weeks. Enjoy the international break. See ya.